Hey there. I was going to write a function. Actually, I've written most of the function, and I thought it is of some interest, so maybe I should make a video concerning this function. And this function goes back to the age-old, the increasingly more complex difficulties to do with path names and dealing with path names. And it actually reminded me of something. Good old FreeMake. You know, if it weren't for all the bad things that these people do, I would love these guys. But anyway, I'm going to show you an example of I'm going to be critical of this particular bug in someone's software. I'm not usually very critical of software bugs, but if the bug is the one of the nature that I'm about to show you, then that really shows a hearty disregard and misunderstanding and okay, sorry, of the nature of file names. It just takes a while for it to start up too. One of the things I love about this FreeMake program is that it can download things really, really fast. And I'm not sure how it does that, but it's something in the settings that makes me think that that there are caches that it maintains, possibly on my computer and other people's computers, that it will use to be able to access the same data more speedily when it's not easily available. Because sometimes I'll notice that it starts slowing down, right? And then I stop it. And after a while I start it up again, and it zips it along faster than I'm even able to download files, directly with any other program. I can get 700, I think, K per second, whereas it can go, this FreeMake thing can go up to 1 or 2 MIPS, very fast. If it would ever start up, I do have a lot of things. I've got this going. Just pause that. Anything else? There we go. Now, see this? I'd like to download this video. Okay, paste it in here. I don't really want that. Or maybe I do want it, but I don't really want that now. But this is just an example. I have pressed paste, but I don't know what it's doing. It could be going through searching around its network, who knows. But here it knows what it is, and I'll get a choice of what rate and so on. Okay, well, it doesn't matter which one I choose. So presumably this is the file name, right? And this is where it's going to go. I press download. It should. Well, it has to. I haven't updated this. Okay, now I'm going to go and choose another one. Different file. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now look at the file name. ST, right? Because dot, if you have a dot, that's where the extension goes. Alright, let's try another St. Vincent, or anything with a dot. Well, this will work. Now what's it going to do? Well, I can't call it ST, so it's going to call it ST and then bracket 1. But now that doesn't seem like such a bad thing that you have to deal with. But first, like, what in the end, after waiting so many hours, what is it? What's it called really? And now how do I cancel these? And I was downloading a whole series of things. All of them had dots, and following the dot was, the particular, was classical music, the movement or some number, right? And I don't know which was which, and it was a real hassle to try and figure it all out. Well, that's pretty bad. That's very bad in that they haven't even managed to get past the part of parsing the file name. Parsing a file name on its own is a fairly tricky job, but it's not so hard in the part where you're finding the extension, right? That part is solved. There's a function, split path, which is actually a standard function. It's in Unix has it, I'm sure. It's the same function, same logic probably, but all paths are in the same format. There's either it's a forward slash or a backward slash to delimit directories, folders, or whatever you want to call them. If there is a dot in the file name part, then the stuff following the last dot is called the extension, right? But in someone's mind, they've imagined a file name and hadn't considered the possibility of a dot existing prior to the extension part. And the reason that's bad is because there's already a standard way to do that, to solve that problem, and there are a lot deeper problems to do with file names than just figuring out the extension. So they've really got to get down and figure out and develop a healthy fear of file names. I know I've made this video somewhere on my channel. I don't even know what my channel is called. I put a link on my other channel to my channel page. Playlist. Somewhere in here. You should review this video before watching the rest of this video. I think I just put it in a random blabbing section. Tips and tricks, random thoughts maybe. There's something to do with paths. Oh yes, here we go. So here's a video that you ought to watch prior to watching this one. Now to get there, how would you get there? From the front page. This thing is attempting to instill within you a healthy fear of a path name, so that whenever you come across something to do with paths, that you immediately begin to tremble. That should be your first reaction. Issues, tips, and tricks. Where's my random thoughts playlist? It's called Random Thought. It should be here, here, the last one. You would click into here and then look on the side and find it in this list. Something ever-deepening mystery of paths. Remember the picture here. Okay, click on that, watch that, and then come back to whatever time is indicated right now in this video. And now I'm going to add another thing on top of all of the various bizarre, wacko things that I came up with in this tutorial. And it actually makes one of my favorite utilities, one of my utilities that I use all the time. It breaks my utility. Now, the utility that I use everywhere all the time. It's become a necessity in life. I can't deal without it. Is this thing called the thing for making hard links. You know what a hard link is? A hard link can be created using the make link command. See? On the command line. And what it allows is for you to have the same file in two places at once. So, for instance, I could take this file, and then my utility just has it in the send to list, create a link, and I select a location somewhere. This was the last place I was. Well, okay, that's a good enough place. So now where is this? That's in D-Docs Pics. D-Docs Pics. So, and it's called channel art. Now the picture itself, I don't know if I can show you. Oh, we're all adults here. The picture is this one you'll see in a minute. Okay, a naked lady, but it's certainly not pornography. Then we go to D-Docs Pics, and we should find it in there. Channel art, same picture, but what's more, it's not just the same picture, it's actually the same file, exactly. I haven't used any more space on my hard drive, and that's what makes the whole thing quite useful. You might have a whole bunch of things you might want to put somewhere that's a lot of stuff, like this backups directory is huge. Now, see, now there's a problem now I've got to deal with. I created it's these junctions. The junctions are the problem. And I knew there were going to be a problem. Let's find something that doesn't contain a junction. Probably does. This probably doesn't. But it's huge. Oh, while I'm at it. I never want those icons when it's a great big thing. So here's a folder with 53 gigs worth of stuff in it, right? Suppose I wanted to make another copy, but put it in another spot on the same drive. Well, my utility program will do that. What have I got on my D drive? You see, I'm not on my D drive here. That's the problem. I was going to show you, but this illustrates it perfectly. I'm not on the D drive, even though this says D. The reason is this here is a junction. Okay, if I go back to, now I'm back on the D drive. Now I've got this much space. My function attempts to deal with this problem. With paths in general, I want to augment a function that I currently have, which returns to me the full path resolved after passing in just a name, path name. I have something called get full path name, or get something like that. Oh, current file. That's the one. Okay, now this here this is using the one of them that doesn't care if the thing exists or anything, and one happens to care. This one, you see, one of them is meant for just formatting, and one is meant to actually determine the existence or not, and give you the actual path name given any path name. For instance, an example is I have these substituted drives. Okay, so I can take this here, copy this path, run my unit test, and it should be able, that function get long path name ts oh, thank you, it already had quotes. It should resolve that and tell me where it really is. But now that wouldn't work if the path had a junction in it. And I figured out how to deal with the junction for the purpose of obtaining the path name. And so I'm going to write that function, and I thought it might be useful to make a video of me writing that function. I might split it up. Maybe this will be an introduction, so you can get ready and watch the other video first. I'll show you this working. What it should come back as is that K there happens to be in backups tutorial. That's this spot. So it should be D backup CPP tutorial. Okay, that's not the one. I know I have something. I know it checks that. Maybe resolve. Oh, okay. If that's the function I'm thinking of, that should do it. Turns a string, takes a string. Now this resolve thing may expect that it be a fully qualified path. It is in this case. It's fine, it's just that the other one didn't tell me where this is, but I should probably make it more clear. and then function naming. But so some of them, one of them definitely checks for existence. But one of them, this one will, if it works, resolves it, takes the drive letter. It took this drive letter and checked to see if that was a real drive or a substituted drive, and it found it was a substituted drive, and then put in the real drive for that file. Okay. Now the create link thing has an issue in that you can't create hard links between for files that reside on different volumes. A hard link means the same file, so they have to be on the same volume to be the same file, physical volume, right? Now, the way I've been determining if something is on the same volume is resolving the drive letter. First, getting it down to the path. Well, sometimes it worked, actually. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't work. I have a check to see if two files are the same. I have a check to see if they're on the same volume. But at some point in this resolving process, there are no drive letters or anything at all, and it just says / device number 2 or something like that, right? No letters. But if they're the same letter, drive letter, I'm assuming that they must be, therefore they're on the same volume, but that's not true, as you just saw. If I went into here, okay, now my hard link program should complain if I try to make a link from this onto the D drive, because this isn't on the D drive. Same spot. It didn't complain, but you'll see it didn't go there. Is it doc pics? There's no t.back, and there couldn't be because that was on the C drive. That doesn't sound like such a bad bug, right? But it is a bug in this, and it does have a bad side to it, in that what should succeed won't succeed. I don't believe anyway. Like if I try to go from here and try to link this to something on the C drive, it'll see D going to C, and that's not allowed, or K, right? C, let's say public videos, sample videos. This should succeed, but it failed, right? In fact, it was on the same volume, but it didn't know it. Now here's my function. I guess I'll split this up and show you. So the outline is quite simple. This is not the end function because I've got to make it. I've got to take care of all the other things to do with paths. First thing was I invented this function. There's a junction, a thing which is a junction, like this directory. This here has the attribute reparse point. It also has the directory attribute. So it's a directory and it's a reparse point, and those two together are a junction, directory junction. I don't know what a file reparse point is, but I've never seen one, but I'm calling it a reparse file if it's not a directory. So I don't want anything else to get messed up. I still want is directory to succeed. So it does this call succeed if I run this unit test and the parameter is the junction. It's going to build. This returns true, but it's a reparse point, but is directory also returns true, and then I'm able to print out. That is a junction, directory junction. Even though I can do that, I can do everything else. Existence returns true. I had a problem with that first. Oh dear. Contains quotes. Where have I got quotes? Oh, I don't know. Is that should be okay. Am I putting quotes in anywhere? No. Good. Oh yeah, there's nothing to change. Okay, so that succeeded. You can't really see this, it's a list, but it's going to print out the command line one thing and check if it's a directory and add this or that to the print out. And D backups Google. I guess slash quote turned. I don't know what happened to that slash quote. Anyway, it's not important. It's a junction. It's also a directory, so that fails. Now let's see what I'm doing here. It's trying to get rid of the file name just for my printout. What I want to do in this program, just as a unit test program, is you pass in a string and it's going to return to you the actual location of something. So in this case, I gave that D backups Google Drive. Now it's trying to see whether or not that's a path or a file or a directory. This decided it's not a file, it's a directory. Now this is the function I've just written, and I'll go over next video. Contains reparse point. Well, it does. It is a reparse point. Let's print that out. And then, now this part I'll explain next time. What I'm doing is I'm creating a file, and I'm using a special magic technique to turn that back into the real location, right, which is this. C users on Google, which isn't where I want to have my Google Drive, but I can't seem to set that setting. I'm not sure why. I don't know how to set it. If you know, let me know. I definitely don't want it on my C drive. I never put anything important on my C drive. If worse comes to worse, I can always turn that into the Google thing on my C drive, make that a junction, and make it point to maybe my external hard drive or something. Okay, so let that be an intro to the next video. See you. I located that video and put it on the front page. That's the first one there. It was first back here. First one there. I think there might be one to do with paths, but I think, well, anyway, I'm going to put this and see if this is the right one.